Ladies and gentlemen, we have a sniffer. This is Sean from Furry Critter Salon, and this is the adorable, lovable Zoey. Hey Zoey! Say hi! Hey Zoey! So today I am going to be grooming Zoey. She is a 2-year-old doodle, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I groom doodles. So I just did my my walk around before shot, and you can see Zoey sniffing the camera. So I'm starting off first with a nail trim. Zoey's mom wants her nails really short since they do grow out very fast, and she is super healthy and young. So I use a Dremel here to grind her nails as short as possible so they can be smooth. So as I mentioned before, Zoey is a Goldendoodle. I've been doing her ever since she was a puppy. I know when we first started off, she was not a fan of it, of anything, the bath, blow dryer, the nails, and look at her now. She is a pro. So the reason why I use a grinder or a Dremel on Zoey, because her nails are a dark brown color, which makes it kind of hard to see the quick. So that's why I use the device instead of the nail clippers, just to ensure that I don't accidentally hit that vein and get them down as smooth as possible like her mom wants it. So I'm all done with the nail trim, and now it is time for Zoey's bath. So I have Zoey all ready to go for her bath, and today I will be using a 2-in-1 product called One Step Silky. It's a shampoo and conditioner. It's one of my favorite products to use on doodles and poodles, and also on dogs that are more susceptible of getting really bad mats. So if you have a doodle, poodle, Maltipoo, a Schnauzer, or a Scottish Terrier, I highly recommend pet parents to use this shampoo. Keep in mind, do not use it if the dog is severely matted. Then you would need a professional to unfortunately shave the dog down. I also recommend this product for groomers to use too. It's a really good product. Zoey is all done with her bath, and I am just towel drying her really well and getting ready for her to go on the table and blow dry her out. So today I'm going to be using a product that I particularly made myself. It's called For Your Critters. It's a dematting leave-in conditioner spray, and what I'm doing here is I'm spraying all over Zoey. This product is really good for, once again, doodles, poodles, schnauzers, any dogs that are susceptible to matting. So what I did here is I sprayed all over her body while she's still wet, and I'm combing out all those little tangles that are possibly there. The spray is made of all natural ingredients, and it's really good with getting out any mats, any mats that are somewhat heavy, not good for severe matting. Once again, you need a professional to shave down a severely matted dog. So as you can see here, she has a heavy mat behind the ear, and I am going to spray some of my spray on it and remove that large mat. I'm using a special dematting comb along with the spray to really help get that mat out. As you can see, with the help of the dematting tool and the spray, I removed that heavy mat behind the ear. I'm starting the blow dryer process here, and usually what I like to do on my doodles and poodles is I like to use the blow dryer to see is there any mats that I missed. And as you can see, the leg here, the hind leg, there is some matting that I need to remove. And I'm going to use my spray and dematting comb to get that out. Stick around for a few minutes and I will show you how I get those mats out. If anyone is interested in purchasing the Fur Your Critters spray for groomers and pet parents, I will leave a link down in the description below. That's not very nice, Zoey. But it's okay, I will let that slide because you're cute. Excuse the big blue bucket. Sometimes I have to use that because some of my dogs like to lean on the window, which is not good for my back. So I put that there so they can be a little closer to me. So I'm just finishing out the blow dry here, just checking to see if there's any mats. So there's none on her head, none on her legs, so it's just that back leg. I flip Zoey around so you can see at a different angle the mats on that hind right leg. And you can see, I'm blow drying, you can see the mats clearly. I'm speeding up the blow drying process here. As Sonic the Hedgehog says, I gotta go fast.
I gotta go fast.
I'm all done blow drying Zoey, so now I am combing and brushing her out to prep her for her haircut. This step is very important to ensure all the mats and tangles are out. That way when you get ready to use your clippers, that it can just go through the coat just like butter. If there were any mats and the clippers try to go through that, you're risking of hurting the dog and damaging your clippers. Zoey has very little matting today. Since I used that Fur Your Critter spray, it really cuts the grooming time in half. I know before when I used to do Zoey, she was heavily matted and I didn't have any spray to use, and when I came up with this spray, it has really helped a lot. So I'm working on the right hind leg here that has the most mats on it. As you can see, I'm trying to pull it apart and comb through it. You can see my comb is not going through the coat at all. So in order for me to get those mats out, I am going to use the Fur Your Critter spray. I'm gonna spray a good amount on there because the mats are somewhat heavy. I'm using the dematting comb, and I know I am combing pretty hard. It's not hurting Zoey at all. It's important to give some elbow grease to it when you try to give these mats out. That's another thing about the spray. It's supposed to help with the dogs not feel the pulling as much when you're combing out those mats. You can see I pulled out a good amount of the matting there. There's still some left, so I'm still, combing it all out. Now I'm using my fine tooth comb that lets me know if I got all the mats out. Using the blow dryer helps me too if I got all those mats out. So as I'm blow drying, I don't see any mats to the eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine tooth comb again and comb it out. Looks pretty good. I'm going to go through it again one more time. As you can see, there's a little knot at the bottom. So I remove that. And still combing through. And looks like I got pretty much all of it out. See, easy peasy. After removing all of Zoey's mats, I am now scissor trimming her legs and feet. I already did the haircut on the side of her body, but in a few minutes you will see how I trim the other side of her body using the clippers. Zoey's mom likes a summer cut, and for beginner groomers, a summer cut does not necessarily mean shave down the dog as low as you can go. With Zoey, since she's a doodle, I like to keep the body kind of close. I don't shave it, and then the legs, I still keep them kind of full, where she looks like a doodle. For you groomers out there, make sure to ask questions and just to clarify what kind of a summer cut the clients want. Sometimes the clients will just say, oh, I want a summer cut, and people just think, oh, just shave the dog down. That's usually not the case. Like with Zoey here, it's a summer cut, but it's still full. That's what the client likes. So it's always important to educate your client, ask them questions to make sure they're happy, you're happy, because it's never fun turning a dog like this back to its owner. I'm pretty sure if you do that, you would get yelled at for probably a good 5 minutes. The owner will go back, cry, wonder what happened to her dog. Then you'll get a horrible review on Yelp. And you want to avoid those at all costs. There are some cases where you do unfortunately have to shave a dog all the way down because they're just too severely matted where you can't even comb or brush out the mats. If the mats are down to the skin, then you have to shave the dog completely down. There has been a few times where I had to shave a dog completely down. I believe it was a poodle mix. So I had to shave it down with a 7. But I kept the face, poodle-like. I didn't shave it all the way down. I still like to try to salvage the head and the tail. That way they can still look cute and not all shaved down. It's important that you communicate that with your clients. That way you just don't turn a shaved dog to them. Take photos to show how bad the mats are. And believe me, they won't be mad. They won't freak out. They're very understanding. So remember to take photos. It not only helps protect yourself, but it also shows and educates the client what is going on with their pet. Now I'm just completing the finishing touches on this side, and then the next clip will be me doing the haircut on the other side. Okay, so this is me doing the haircut with the clippers on the body. And as you can see, me using that spray and dematting, you can see how those clippers are really going through the coat just like butter. Butter. I know when I first did Zoey, it took me probably like 2 hours and 30 minutes to do the full groom because she had a lot of mats that I had to comb out, and the owner did not want her shaved. That wasn't an option, so I had to do whatever I could to try to take those mats out. And it was a very hard process. It was hard on my hands, my wrist, and my back. So I try to go out and look for some product that will try to help. I tried, a couple detanglers that didn't really work to my satisfaction. They said it cuts the groom in half, but it doesn't. So that's why I came out with my own product to not only help me, but to help groomers and pet parents to help with dematting their dogs. And thanks to this spray, I can now groom Zoey and other doodles and poodles in about an hour and 45 minutes instead of 2 hours and 30 or 45 minutes. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, I will leave a link in the description below so you can purchase a bottle of that spray today. You have the option of just getting the spray by itself. There's also a combo package where you can get the spray and a dematting comb as well. No, Zoey, I said comb, sorry. So this is the type of summer cut that I like to do on all my doodles. So usually I use one attachment comb on the body, but on the legs I use a attachment comb to achieve more of a fuller look on the legs. It's very hot here in the desert today. It's about 110 degrees with about 36% humidity, which is ridiculous. So doing this haircut, hopefully it makes Zoey feel a little bit more comfortable and cooler. And then in the fall and winter, Zoey gets a different haircut. So I use an A comb on the body and a C attachment comb on the legs. So she will have a fuller coat when it gets a little cooler in the fall and winter months. Does anyone have any horror grooming stories to tell? Please mention in the comments below. So we are getting close to the finish line here. Last thing I have to do is Zoey's head. So what I'm doing here is I'm brushing it out first, trying to get it smooth and straight, and then I brush out the ears, make sure those are smooth and straight as well. The key to getting a nice fluffy doodle is to continuously brush, brush, and brush. For doodle owners or for any dog owners, it is very important to brush your dog daily, if not at least 2 to 3 times a week. Brushing ensures a nice, healthy, and mat-free coat, so it is important to brush your dogs. Okay, so I'm doing the scissor trim around Zoey's head and face. Oh my goodness. You licked my nose. Zoey's mom doesn't like a lot taken off on the top of the head and on the sides of the face. So I only do a small trim around those areas. I don't take a lot off. And I only do a very small trim on the ears. So I'm carefully scissoring around Zoey's eyes right now. It's important not to go too fast because you don't want to damage the eye. And another reason, Zoey has eyelashes and the owner wants to keep those eyelashes. If an owner says she wants or he wants to keep the eyelashes, you better keep them. Do not cut them off, because if you do, you will never hear the end of it. They will go on and on and on about how you cut the eyelashes off. So just make sure that you don't whack off the eyelashes. And now I'm just using my chunkers and blenders to shape the sides of the face. I am now using a dental spray on Zoe's teeth. She doesn't have any tartar buildup since she's only 2 years old. It's just a preventative, so she won't get any. That way, keep her breath minty fresh and her teeth clean. So this is the final result of Zoe's groom. She was a very good girl today, and she is super happy. So now I'm doing an after video shot of Zoe's final groom. How do you guys think she looks? I think she looks barking awesome. Thank you for watching my video. Please hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos.